Have you ever thought about giving meaning to your process, whatever that means? Thinking about the purpose of your process is the first phase of the new process lifecycle. And it's quite unique to all the life cycles out there, which I know right now. So let's have a quick recap of the new process lifecycle itself. As you can see it here, the new process lifecycle consists of 7 phases, starting with exactly define process purpose as first phase. And based on the process purpose, you can then develop the process strategy. And based on the strategy, you can go into process design and design your process. This is more or less the creative part. And then we jump to model process. That's the next phase where you put the creative design into a formal process description. And based on that, you can start implementation. So create the prerequisites at all the different locations to execute the process. And as soon as the process is implemented, for sure, start steering process execution, and whenever possible, improve the process execution. So this is where all the Lean, Kaizen, Six Sigma experts enter the stage, improve the process locally, and then take that ideas and scale them on a global level by going back to the first phase, review the process purpose, and so on. So this is how you can scale your local innovations. That's basically the idea of the new process lifecycle. So it starts with defining the process purpose, which then will help us to guide everyone through the process. So let's have a closer look into that phase. Basically, we're just answering this single question: why does this process exist? That's the purpose of the process purpose phase. And as soon as we know this, we can continue with developing the process strategy and so on. So why is it important to know the why of the process? The idea is that knowing why we have this process, this will help you to bring the process community together, to create a common understanding of why the process is there, and just motivate the people to execute their roles within the process or work on the process. It will help you to provide guidance for the design phase as well as for execution, and this will hopefully then help to move your process to a higher level compared to where you are right now without knowing the purpose. With regards to the procedure itself to develop the process purpose, please keep some basic principles in mind. So it's really important to be as transparent as possible within this process of developing the process purpose. Invite everybody to join the session if it's possible. Often the community is that big that you cannot invite everybody to participate in the workshop, but then open up the possibility to provide feedback on the results so that everybody can bring in his or her ideas, because already the creation process itself is a joint experience and will help you to bring the people together behind this process purpose. And don't worry about that not everybody can participate right away in the first workshop. There will be several iterations, so it will take time to really develop your process purpose. To do so, what we developed is the so-called process purpose canvas, which will help you to perform this workshop together with the people. So what you can see here is on the left-hand side, more or less the outside perspective onto your process. On the other side, it's the inside perspective on your process or your process communities. So starting with the organization's purpose on the left-hand side, if the purpose is defined at all. So I know a lot of companies out there where this purpose of the organization is not defined right now, but you can still discuss it with your workshop participants, how the purpose of your organization could look like. And then proceed with the next field, which is the organization's strategy. So discuss the current strategy of your organization. Hopefully this is known and not secret, known to the participants. Just write it down there to have some ideas as basis for the follow-up discussion. And then finally, think about the stakeholders of your process. So do a brief stakeholder analysis. Think about the customer for sure on the one hand side, suppliers on the other side, the people working in the process, the management, or even think about society as stakeholder of your process and write down their needs. So what do they need from your process? And then move to the inside perspective. Discuss the values and behaviors of your community. So what are your rules, your principles? Discuss the ideas and put that into the template. And then move on to writing down your core competencies. So what is the superpower that your community has? Write that down. Could be more technical. And finally, try to write down what you would like to give back to the world out there. So what is your value proposition of the process? What do you really provide? And based on all these puzzle pieces, then go to the final step and try to write down the process purpose statement. So what is the purpose of your process? Put all your emotions into this and use the core competencies, your values and behaviors, and for sure your value proposition to fulfill the stakeholder needs on the other side, and put that into an emotional, inspiring statement. That's basically the idea of the process purpose canvas, to help you with this process of formulating the process purpose. If you would like to learn more about that, you can go to newprocesslab.com and open up the toolbox. There you'll find the process description with all the activities and way more details on how to define the process purpose. And yeah, my call to action is define your process purpose now. So download the canvas and think about the purpose of your own process. And as soon as you have it, it would be great if you contact me, send me your filled out canvas. And then I would like to invite you to participate in the next New Process Think Tank, which will take place in several sessions, I guess, somewhere in March. And there we will discuss the results of filling out your process purpose canvas with other new process enthusiasts out there who also filled out the canvas for their own process. And let's see what we can learn from each other. So I'd like to invite you to go to newprocesslab.com/purpose. That's the landing page where you'll find all the necessary information, as well as how to download the process purpose canvas. And then let's rethink processes together. That will be really great. So thank you very much.